don't know about you, but I definitely need a triple stack. Order up.
Nisha, it's me, your favorite chef. Now, you know the Ramsay household is extra busy nowadays, especially with that latest addition, Jesse James, and boy, is he growing. So that means mornings are somewhat a little bit extra frantic. But that doesn't mean, honestly, we don't want a quick show-stopping brunch to share with the family. So here's the challenge, my darling. I'd like to challenge you today to take a simple brunch dish and take it to the next level. Think out the box, get really, really creative. Good luck, and I can't wait to see what you're gonna cook up. Oh, by the way, I love my brunch with a glass of OJ, please, on the side. Love you, girl.
Welcome to Next Level Kitchen, where we take your cooking to the next level. Today, Gordon has challenged me to whip up a dish that also happens to be one of my favorite weekend activities. Brunch, but not just any brunch dish is going to impress Gordon. So I'm enlisting the help of Simply Orange to give pancakes a much-needed makeover. This amazing ricotta orange pancake recipe will be transformed by using orange juice inside of the batter. It's gonna give it a robust flavor and more of a purpose than just in my mimosa. Plus, they're still simple enough to pull off that elevated brunch moment for your favorite brunch besties. This dish is going to be just a few simple steps. What I'm going to start with is the dry ingredients, and I like to sift them all together into one bowl. So it's going to start with some simple flour right into my sieve or strainer here. I like to work over the bowl that I'm going to create my batter into. Next up, I'm going to add some sugar. This is a sort of fine milled sugar, baking powder. Baking powder gives us that amazing aeration and puff in our pancakes. Baking soda. Adding baking soda is going to allow our pancakes to spread. That's an easy way to remember when to use what. Baking powder for puffing and baking soda to spread. What I like to do when I'm cooking sweet or sort of pastry dishes, I always add a pinch of salt, and that's going to sort of elevate the sweetness of your dish. So a pinch of salt, and we simply sift these dry ingredients together by just tapping on the side. So two things are happening: the aeration and the lightening up of these dried ingredients, and it's going to pull out any clumps or harder pieces that may have ended up into our dry ingredients. Also sort of mixes them together. And so whenever using flour for ingredients and you don't want to overwork the gluten, you always want to just mix your dry ingredients together before you add your liquid. So now that we have our dry ingredients sifted together, we're going to set this aside and mix together our wet ingredients. And that starts with cracking a few eggs, 4 eggs. I always like to crack my eggs on a flat surface to make sure that no shell works its way into the mix. So the eggs are going to give us some of the protein structure in our pancakes. I'm going to add some beautiful ricotta cheese, which will add some sort of creaminess to our pancakes. I always like to add the zest of an orange. Gives a nice, beautiful, robust flavor, sort of intensifies the flavor of the orange. It's a great way to use byproduct also. There's a beautiful sort of natural essential oils that come off of the orange zest that will echo the flavor of the orange juice. And now for the orange juice. I'm going to whisk these wet ingredients together. And what I love about this recipe is orange juice, it's normally just served on the side or in a mimosa in a glass. This really adds some beautiful sort of vitamins and nutrients inside the pancake batter. You really just want to incorporate everything together until it's smooth. It smells incredible. Breaking up those egg yolks, getting a little bicep workout. And once those ingredients are combined, I'm going to add the wet to the dry. And just whisk together. This is where you don't really want to overwork your batter. Just simply combine ingredients together. Perfect. So, griddle's been heating. I love the flavor of butter with my pancakes. Really takes me back to my childhood. One of my favorite things growing up was Saturday morning pancakes. And I love the opportunity to sort of elevate and transform this simple, delicious orange into the pancake batter. And so take a simple stick of butter, rub onto the griddle. And what this is going to do is sort of offer up these little amazing bits of caramelized milk solids in the butter that give great color, great texture in our pancakes. What I'm looking for is for that butter to get a little bit foamy. You don't want your griddle too hot, but you also don't want it too cold. It's a really nice, happy medium. So pancakes, just sort of dropping the batter down in the center. And my grandma always used to say to look for the pancakes to cook around the edges, right? Because you'll start to see these little bubbles start to form. And they'll sort of start to brown around the outside. Perfect. And so while those pancakes are cooking, we're going to make a delicious orange-flavored maple syrup. For this syrup, I actually take those beautiful oranges that we've zested, and we're actually going to use the inside of the orange. And how I do that is just sort of take the top and the bottom off and go around and peel that orange. And then you get these beautiful sort of segments you can go in around that pith. Incredible. I mean, there's nothing better than a flavorful maple syrup. Don't skimp, get the good stuff. You want true maple syrup for this. So what I like to do is actually heat the maple syrup. And add those delicious orange segments into the maple syrup. I know, mind-blowing. Again, we want to fortify the oranginess of this ricotta orange pancakes and sort of add in another layer of orange zest. Cinnamon pairs so beautifully with oranges, and so you can start to see this sort of caramelization around these pancakes, and they'll start to form little bubbles. This is like one of the first things that my grandma taught me when making pancakes. And so you want to give them a little bit of a flip, just gently. Oh, they smell absolutely incredible. Nutty brown butter, adding another layer of flavor. And so those will start to sort of continue to cook and fluff up on the other side. And our syrup is just starting to marry those delicious caramelized notes from the maple syrup, lovely cinnamon, and that fresh orange segments. Who doesn't love pancakes? I mean, you got to really set the vibe for brunch, right? You got music going, all your friends are over, tons of mimosas. You get the picture, right? So let's plate these babies. You can totally make a ton of these ahead and sort of pop them in the oven when you're ready to serve your friends. What I love is that Simply Orange inside of the pancake batter really pluses this up, right? It takes your pancakes to the next level, sort of echoing those flavors of the orange zest, the orange syrup. I don't know about you, but I definitely need a triple stack. Serve this delicious, fresh maple syrup. Oh, it smells absolutely incredible. Nice dollop of yogurt. The yogurt will add a little bit of richness. Have to finish this with a few fresh mint sprigs. And one more thing we cannot forget, always, some fresh orange juice. Pancakes are done. Simply orange juice is poured. Thanks so much for watching Next Level Kitchen. Check out the description below for all the steps to pull off this simply delicious brunch recipe. And don't forget, tune in Next Level Chef, Thursdays, 8, 7 Central on Fox.